Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a legend team, actually the first legend team of the season, of season 15 of Go Battle League. This is the team from JW Ronaldo, who got legend with this team for the first time, or like the first person in this season, which is really cool to see. So congrats to them. I always like to showcase those achievements because I feel like they sometimes don't really get the recognition they deserve. But yeah, this is the first team that got to legend and the first player that got to legend. I was curious when we're gonna get the leaderboards now as well. Hopefully they're going to come soon because I always like to showcase those rank 1 in the world teams as well. But here we're going to have a team that consists of the Shadow variant of the Alolan Sandslash in the lead. I guess it's the Jellicent Sayswap, and then the Tapu Fini in the back. I had some issues playing this team in the beginning. Also didn't play perfectly well because, as you see maybe in the background, I was playing that at like 2 AM at night. I didn't really have the best success with this one in the first set that I played, but then I basically took a break and played another set this morning, and it worked out way better than before. Definitely something that you have to kind of get used to. I try to do some fancy plays quite often, which all kind of failed, which is maybe just because it's like late or whatever. But yeah, so I definitely played pretty bad, I have to say. I am honest about that one. I could have played way better in a lot of scenarios. But still, this team worked out pretty well. There's one issue with the team which he also pointed out pretty obvious there. It's going to be Verzian. And Verzian is going to be basically an instant loss with this team, as all your Pokemon are going to lose against it. Unless it's running the moveset with Stone Edge. With Stone Edge you still would have a chance against it because you're going to be able to still resist at least Sacred Sword, which you usually have on that Pokemon with both of your Pokemon in the back. But if they don't run Stone Edge, there's basically no chance. Here might be one of the places where I thought I would be a little bit sneaky here and try to go for a little bit of an overfarm. I thought they would still go for like one more fast move because they were not really threatened, but no, they're gonna go ahead and go for the perfect amount. I swap out when they would have the charge move, and of course they're going to have a perfect answer in the back. This was one of the first games, if not the first game that I played with this team, by the way. He was still using Tapu Fini as a say-so and then realized, wait a minute, you lose completely against Obstagoon if you use that as a say-so if this Pokemon goes away. So basically the only option that you really have, in my opinion, is the Jellicent say-swap here, because otherwise you have a Core Breaker, of course, with the Obstagoon, all this Grafty for both the Jellicent as well as the Alolan Sandslash. And here's this team also, which made me realize, okay, maybe I should use a different say-swap, because now we only have the Obstagoon left, and of course this Obstagoon going to have a great time against both the Jellicent as well as the Alolan Sandslash, and there's not a lot that I can do here, especially not with the lag that you see here as well. Honestly, it's still super laggy for me. It was not a lot of fun to play the game right now. I hope that they can fix it eventually. It was fixed for a long time for me, basically from September, I think, to like February around there. But for a few months already, it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad here. But we're still going to be able to at least go for the Surf here last second, which literally doesn't matter because our Sandslash is still going to go down from the opponent's Obstagoon, as they still have a shield left as well. So I'm going to forfeit there. Good game, but this time around now I'm going to have finally a decent lead here, which you see already. It's going to be daytime here already. There still might be some nighttime ones in there as well. It's always randomized, but here, I definitely play this one a little bit better, even though my opponent going to be double weak here against the Sandslash as well, so we're going to play it a little bit differently than usual as well. I'm going to try to knock out the opponent here because our backline wouldn't be as decent against Giratina, even though Tapu Fini is a Fairy-type Pokemon. You do damage with the Water-type fast move usually, so it's not really ideal. Here I'm going to call that they're going to go for the bait, which never happened, so again, great play by me. And of course, they still get to another charge move, and I'm going to let this move go through as well. But yeah, this was not really ideally played by me. I'm still going to just bank on my Jellicent here and hope that this Pokemon can pull me through here and win this game for me. We're going to get out now the opponent's Cresselia, which is going to be very nice, as 2 Shadow Balls going to knock them out with a little bit of extra hex damage here. So we're going to shield up the opponent's Grass Knot, which of course going to be guaranteed a lot of damage against me, and I can overfarm by quite a bit. And my opponent makes a great play here. In general, I'm battling in a pretty high elo range, as you saw already maybe on Twitter. I went on an 18-game win streak. The first part of that is already live on YouTube. Definitely check them out with the first team of it. Tomorrow they're going to be the second team that I used, which is also kind of interesting. So definitely check out those videos. Subscribe and like this video if you haven't already as well. Would appreciate it. Easiest way to support the channel, as the Shadow Alolan Sandslash is going to be able to knock out the opponent's Swampert here with the move that we have stored, which is pretty damn nice. Next opponent, Charizard. Can we catch a move this time around? I'm always always trying to overfarm by a little bit more than they would need, because I think always that they go a little bit over, because there is no need to go straight for a charge move, but they always bait me anyway. They're always going to bait me, and now they're going to even swap out perfectly onto a Registeel. Honestly, my opponents just played way better, and again, this is the nighttime variant where I was asleep half basically there, but we're still going to be able to go for a drill run and get the shield from the opponent and go for another drill run. And now, because I know already what they have in the lead, which is going to be the Charizard, I try to catch a Focus Blast onto my Jellicent. You see already how well this worked out. It literally didn't work out at all. But at least we're gonna get the attack drop as well, which forces us to go for one Surf here. And this is not really looking too good for us, but at least we're gonna get them pretty low here, okay? We're going to be able to take this incoming Zap Cannon, and I can go back into my Sandslash, trying to get some energy here as well. But the opponent can already swap out now into the Charizard, and I'm forced to shield this move up. Let's see if this is a Blast Burn. It's just a Dragon Claw again. Again, my opponents just bait me the entire time, which is a great play, of course, by them. But still, it is really annoying, and yeah, I don't know. This is... literally every bait that my opponent lands works out well for them. Every bait that I'm trying to go for does not work out at all. So yeah, that's kind of the story of it all. But we can go ahead and go for one Moonblast here. Maybe we get the debuff, 10% chance. Hopefully we're gonna get it. And we do gonna get it, which is pretty damn decent. Because like this, we're going to be able to go ahead and... oh, we still have to go for a charge move here. That's going to be such a close matchup right now. We're going to have to try to swap out here maybe. Try to go for some Ice Punches. I should have went for maybe another fast move here. This is going to be such a close match. Can we go for 2 more fast moves? We can. And like this, we're going to be able to win this game. Because we win CMP. We know that the opponent has another move here. But it doesn't matter as the Ice Punch is coming through. And we're still going to be able to win this game here. Which is a very nice... but again, great plays by the opponent, as they went for a lot of decent plays there and caught all the moves, did all the right things here. And again, we're going to get completely hardwalled by the next opponent here, which is going to run the Buzzwole in the lead, which is going to be double super effective against our Sandslash. I'm going to have our Jellicent here against an Ampharos, which is not really ideal, but you're going to see a play here, which shouldn't have worked out, but did work out. I'm going to go for a shield here because I feel like that I can still survive another one. And there's around a 50% chance that I get to another Surf here right now, and I get this chance, which is really nice. It should be a consistent mechanic. It is not a consistent mechanic, which is really sad to see, but I'm still going to be able to knock them out before they can go for either a Zap Cannon or like a Focus Blast, which is really nice for me, as I now have Walrein against Tapu Fini. I have to call a bait here because it's kind of obvious that they're going to go for a bait, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and no-shield this one. And you see something that I didn't know before, but it is wild. This matchup is so bad for the Tapu Fini, and I didn't know about this. I thought it would be a decent one, but look at this. The opponent is just going for Icicle Spear, the resisted move. And we're literally just not going to be able to keep up at all here right now. Honestly, I couldn't throw the move here. I should have just tried to swap out and maybe farm down, which would have never worked out either. But there was no way for me to throw the move and still win. Honestly, there was nothing that I can really do here at this point of time. It was complete hardwall, to be fair. Like, it was complete hardwall with Buzzwole in there, and also my Jellicent not being able to do anything there either. So it is fine like this, but honestly, I don't know. We're gonna take a look at the next game here. We're going to face a Swampert in the lead. Let's take a look if we can play it a little bit fancier as well. They get to the move, of course, after 5 fast moves, but this is going to be only a Hydro Cannon, but I still kind of want to shield it. And as they throw immediately, I feel like they're going to throw immediately the next one as well. So this time around, we're going to try to catch the move afterwards. Ice Punch is, by the way, doing less damage than the Drill Run, also damage per energy, but you need 2 moves anyway, so it's not really any beneficial if you go for the Drill Run there, to be fair. But here we were able to catch a move just to get into a Drapion, I think it is. So again, a horrible matchup for us. Great for us. We're going to be able at least to survive one crunch from the opponent here with our Jellicent, which is going to be able to go for another Surf here. This is going to do a ton of damage against them and going to allow us to go for another one now and force a shield from the opponent. And at this point of time, I'm doing a small experiment here and staying in and see what they're going to go for. If they go for the Awkward Tail, I know that they're going to not have a Sludge Bomb and I can go into my Tapu Fini, but as they are not going to do that, I'm most likely going to encounter one with Sludge Bomb against me right now. So I'm forced to go for a charge move here. I actually thought I would win CMP because Drapion is insanely bulky, but no, we actually lost CMP still. I wonder how close it was. But like this, my opponent going to swap out, and there's nothing that I can do here really, right? I mean, there's one thing that I could do here, and this would be to go for either the bait and try to go for another Moonblast, or go straight for the Moonblast and try to knock them out. I'm gonna go for the bait. It's a 50-50 call. Does my opponent call my play here? I'm not sure. This is the best play that I can go for, and they call it. So, great play by the opponent here by calling the bait from me. But yeah, they still have to shield the next move up. They're going to win CMP for sure with the Trevenant against my Sandslash. Sandslash is also pretty bulky, but Trevenant is a very attack-rated Pokemon, and sadly, we're going to lose here because they called the bait. But again, this is like those 50-50 games. Like, if I went for the Moonblast, I would have just knocked them out straight away. But yeah, it is how it is. I cannot really change anything about that. Great play by the opponent to no-shield there. It was a 50-50 call. Maybe next time I should just go straight for the Moonblast, but in my opinion, though, this was at least a safer play for me to go for. But it didn't work out. So here we're going to see, of course, a Walrein that goes for the bait first. I'm still going to be able to get them pretty low enough that I can get them into Surf as well as, yeah, basically Surf range for both Pokemon, to be fair. We have 2 Surf users on this team here with the Tapu Fini as well as the Jellicent. You're gonna bait out the Trevenant, which is pretty nice. As they're gonna go straight for the charge move here, it's going to be the Seed Bomb, of course, but I can still go into my Sandslash again, which will be able to go for an own Ice Punch here to knock out the opponent. I can overfarm by 1 fast move here as well. This will be very nice for me, as this move is going to knock them out already, and in comes now a Charizard. This is going to be pretty nice for me, as I can go for one charge move here. I can let the opponent overfarm a lot, and we're gonna see already that the opponent is insanely low, and I can actually finally catch a move, and they bait me again here, and this time around at least it does feel a little bit better as it lands against a Fairy type, which is way better than if I shield it again. But yeah, here I'm of course showing all the games that I already had here. Honestly, of course, Virizion, it is a gamble now. Like, it is a gamble on the moveset. If they have Leaf Blade, it is going to be basically game over already. But this is like the thing that you have to think about this team. Like, this is like a calculated risk. Teams like this can work out pretty well, as you see here already. The first Legend player used this team here. But, of course, if you get Hardwall as well in the back there, it's just tough. Guslord here is going to be in the back there, which is going to be a tricky one, and I don't really understand the opponent's team, to be fair, then again, because you're going to be double weak to Fairy type Pokemon, like Charm users especially, but I guess most people don't run Charm in the current meta. I guess people should run Charm in the current meta again. Feel like a lot of teams are very weak against this one. But here we're going to have the matchup of Guslord against the Tapu Fini, because Guslord has an insanely high HP stat. Our one-turn fast move does basically nothing here, and we wouldn't be able to farm them all the way down without going for a charge move. So yeah, we are in a really tough spot right now. And it goes, yeah, it's basically game over at this point of time. We're going to have also now the Skuntank in the back. We literally have a hard wall though. Like, there was nothing that I can really do here. We have a hard wall at any Pokemon. We have the Virizion, which hard walls our Sandslash. We have the Guslord, which hard walls our what's called our Jellicent, and we're going to have a Poison type against our Fairy type in the back. So there's nothing I could have done there. Literally impossible to win. But yeah, we're gonna go into the final game for today. Hope you still enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy the first Legend team of this season right now. As you're going to see here now, the opponent going into a Pidgeot, which is not really ideal for us either. But maybe we still have a chance here in this game. We are kind of getting walled most of the games right now, but it is fine. As the opponent gonna go ahead and go for a Feather Dance, and we will see the Surf coming in. I'm actually curious if they're running, like the person that created this team, if they're running the Tapu Fini Say-Swap or the Jellicent, because I feel like you need the Tapu Fini a little bit more for the core with the Alone Sandslash compared to the Jellicent, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're running something completely different. But here we're gonna see the Brave Bird coming through. They can knock us out here. I can try to get some energy with my Sandslash, but they're gonna go ahead and debuff me. Or no, they're gonna go for the Brave Bird first. And now we're going to be able to catch at least the move with my own Tapu Fini, which will be beneficial for us. It's going to be a Surf. And I'm going to use one shield against the opponent here as well, as I'm going to try to go for the full farm down. And they're gonna go for another Surf. They're gonna bait me here. They definitely had enough energy for the Moonblast, which you can see here as well, as the opponent gonna be able to reach the next Surf very fast afterwards. But at least I'm going to have a ton of energy here right now. Energy that I can waste on a Registeel, which is really making it not look too good for us right now. We have now a shield disadvantage, 2 very low HP Pokemon, both in the red health. And we have now the Alone Sandslash, which is going to end up against a normal type, which is pretty bad for the fast move because it's double resisted. It is not looking good for us. It's really not looking good for us. But luckily, the opponent is still gonna go for a charge move here. I think they would have been able to farm me down, but like this I will be able to farm them down, and now I still have a shield, and I have a little bit more energy than the opponent's RGC, I think, and I can go ahead and now just try to go for 2 serves. Please work out. This is going to be such a close one. Can we reach the next serve in time is the question right now. Can we do it? We can do it, just barely, and we will be able to win this final game. But yeah, this is going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. There are 2 videos on the screen. Check them out. One of them is one part of my 18-game win streak in the Single Type Cup. So check them out. See you next time. Bye bye.